Hi, I have in front of me a 2 megapixel AHD PTZ camera. So it's incredibly high spec. So obviously 2 megapixel, very high spec in terms of picture resolution you can get. It comes with a 100-meter IR, so infrared nighttime vision up to 100 meters away. And the zoom factor on it is 18 zoom. So really a high spec. It's available with free shipping directly from freetv.ie, and it'll work with our full range of Hikvision DVRs, so which are obviously probably the top selling DVRs right across Europe at this point, certainly the dominant one here in Ireland and the UK. So what we'll do here is I'll just give an overview of exactly what we get, indicate, and then we'll talk a little bit more in detail about the actual specifications of the PTZ itself. So we have a bracket here, which I'm going to come back to in a minute and I'll demonstrate it, but this is what would mount directly onto the wall to mount the PTZ. We have a user manual which is in English, and we have a power unit, comes with a 3-pin plug, and the output in this is 12 volts, 4 amps. We have the following bolts here, an Allen key and some washers as well, and we'd use that for actually mounting the PTZ onto the base here, which I'll show in a minute. And then we have a little connector here which we'll use when connecting the cabling here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lift this up here, and what I'll do is I'll just hold it upside down like this, and what we can do is if I just held on the bracket here, we could see how we would mount this directly onto the bracket here, and there's a total of 3 screws, such as the bolts I've shown earlier. They just screw in and just lock into position and hold the PTZ in the position we want. So in terms of versatility here, what we have is, in terms of, we have the rotation, obviously, the rotate the full 360, but also what we have here is we have 6 hidden LEDs. This is what's given the nighttime vision on it. And what we have is our lens here, and the lens here goes from 5mm out to 96mm. So that's what gives the incredible zoom factor that's on it. When we actually come along, we'll say, so this is how it's normally mounted directly from the bracket. And if I just put it back in here like this, I'll just stop with the cables to come with it here. So there's a total of 3 cables here. The B and C connection just connects directly back to your DVR to run back the picture. What we have here then is we have the power input, a 2.1mm socket connection, and then what we have is the PTZ control. So we connect this directly off of the RS2 connection on the back of the DVR. Normally we'd say the Hikvision, which is obviously the most popular one we'll be selling at this point. So what we have here is we're just hardwiring our 2 control cables here, and what we have in this point here is we just connect these 2 together. So what we'll be doing is, and we can look, we'll say particularly on the Hikvision video guides, we'll show about how you control and set up tours, etc. With these particular, with PTZs and how to operate them there. The overall specification of this is much higher than any we've stocked before in terms of picture quality. And definitely would say 100-meter IR, 18 zoom. That's really getting into very sophisticated thing. One of the great things on it is it comes in at a price point. It means it's applicable both for, would say, commercial, industrial uses, forecourts, shopping centres, etc. But also what it could be used for is something like cabin cameras, covering sheds, things like that, because it's still coming in at a very good price. It's part of a much wider range of PTZs and other cameras that we stock. What we're moving increasingly towards is into the 1, 2, and over time probably the 3 and higher megapixel as well. But right now this is a super one. And one of the reasons this is so popular is that we'll say the Hikvision obviously have a range of DVRs, but a 2 megapixel still massively outsells the 3 megapixel, for instance. So this particular unit here will work with both the 2 and 3 range. So we've fully tested them on there. And it's really a step forward, we'll say, for people who've had traditional PTZs out there. The picture resolution you can achieve in this is so much higher. We'll have further videos in this series that will actually show this in action. So this is just an overview and just show in terms of nighttime vision and what it's capable of. But overall, we're really impressed with this. I think it'll be a great seller for people who are looking for high-end PTZs. So that's it anyway. The 2 megapixel AHD PTZ camera available directly from freetv.ie.